Heat number 7 featuring Frederico, Morais, Krystian, Kymerson, Michael February, and Charles Martin Kuiper along with Ross Williams here to break down the action.
I think they're just kind of picking their zone right now. It looks like Kymerson.
Krystian Kymerson coming from way behind. Looks like this thing is going to stand up for him, so he gets to turn in, needs to make it around this next whitewater section, and he's not going to do it, so one turn wave to start off for Kymerson. With the lip, Michael February goes down and is just going to spend a little time underwater and he's going to have to regroup. Here we go, Charly Martin way deep on this one. Wave is going to back off a bit, hopefully giving him some opportunity for this inside section, just being really patient with it. And he's going to get rewarded for that patience. It's going to stand up on the inside, and now he gets busy with nice carve off the top, setting the rail off the bottom turn again, attacking the lip vertically for turn number 2, and it just fades off into the channel, looking a little frustrated. And right behind him, Frederico Morais. We saw Frederico surfing solidly at Haleiwa, and the solid surfing continues with a beautiful arc all the way back into the pocket. One more big rail gouging maneuver, and Morais looks to me like he got the best of that exchange.
He did, but he was stubborn, Kaipo. He made sure he put himself right in the right spot for this wave. And so on the peak, kind of behind it on a medium-sized wave, which allowed him to be aggressive. Just setting his pace there under the lip carve. This one much better, a lot more board in the water. So cutting through and throwing spray. This one even better, watch the rail. Throwing a lot of spray and extended that carve. So nothing crazy, but you know, very respectable turns there on a pretty difficult wave. And Frederico, you know, he's going to enjoy that score. This wave was frustrating for Charly. You could tell he's just waiting, biding his time, waiting for that whitewash to back off. Now it finally does. And by the time he's finally able to do a serious move, just a nice little wrap there, he's going to do an off the lip right here, but it's into deep water. And that's why he saw all that frustration.
Kymerson just caught on his heels there, a mountain of whitewater. Frederico Morais is going to take the corner and back up his opening score with a couple of nice arcs again. So the great technique, the great surfing, the fluid, controlled power surfing from Frederico Morais that we saw at the opening of the Vans Triple Crown surfing continues.
Wow.
Some of the rankings, Frederico Morais, we'll talk this through right here. This is a no-go for Krystian.
Yeah, a little too deep. See that whitewash pushing on his back. So frustrating. And Frederico said, sweet, I'll take it. And a big old gaff right there. This one even better. Look at the board cutting through the water and extended through. And a third turn right before Val's Reef. That was the carve I was thinking of. I like that turn. That was his best maneuver of the wave. So 3 hooks. Oh man, that's going to be right there with his 6.8.
Charly Martin and Michael February, Kuiper along with Ross Williams, and here we got with Krystian Kymerson, currently in second place with not much of a score. 2.33 is what he's holding on to. He's going to need to do better than that if he wants to advance through, and he's on his way with a couple of nice backhand hooks. Kymerson looking good. Couple of turns. Can he squeak one more before it hits the deep water? And he does so. So that's going to count. That's going to be much better for the goofy foot Brazilian. Oh man, he's going to stick with this. Right when I thought he was going to kick out, he's going to take this thing to the beach. So there you go. Now, the question for you, Ross Williams, was that extra?
That one last little off the lip at Val's, but no, I think the majority of his score is going to come from the outside. And behind him, while he was going to town, was Michael February. And that was a pretty good opening turn there. Nice off the lip on the outside, smaller wave, so that maneuver on the outside really counts. That's where he has to get busy. And a nice under the lip kind of layback snap there for Mike as well, but he can see how small the wave is. So I don't mind this wave at all from Krystian. The second maneuver, I believe, is pretty solid. Right here, setting up, nice little rail turn. Just got hung up for a second, but watch this one, bit of a kick stall. Vertical and a snap. That's, you know, that's a really tight angle there. That radius in that hook was nice. And the judges will definitely be stoked on that. From here on in, it's just, I don't think it's going to count as much.
Charly Martin with that blank board. Swooping a cut back and swoops a second beautiful turn. Nice style, nice technique from Charly. And gets a third turn in. Very round surfing, however, but gosh, gives a little spice at the end there. So we're going to see how that comes through for Charly Martin. He kicks out. He just has a 2.1 in his scoreline, so he's finally got his second scoring wave at the 8.
He pushes harder than most guys, and you can really tell it shows in his scores. And that was such a sweet maneuver from Charly Martin. again, very groovy and stylish. That layback snap, he made it look so casual. So this is a surfer who's not trying to surf big. He's out there just naturally letting things unfold, and that's what I love about it. It's very organic. You know, he's just out there doing his thing. As a result, he will impress the judges because that first opening maneuver was very committed in a pretty heavy section. And Frederico, see, again, this is really, this is a man knowing he's got 2 solid scores. So he just said, I'm not going to scale back. I'm going to really try and throw a lot of meat around right there, and he did there. But that's, you can see his fins just released more than he anticipated. So that board skipping out and lost control. But you gotta love it, Kaipo. I think for the next 7 minutes here, good old Frederico, he's gonna try and lay some work down on that rail. Wow, brutal.
This guy, Frederico Morais, continues with that great surfing, beautiful top turn, deep bottom turn, lays back, gouges it, brings it all the way around, freeing up his surfing now. The second, third turn, kicks out. You see it, the proud body stance right there, feeling it, and rightfully so. He's been dominant in this heat.
Wow, brutal.
This guy, Frederico Morais, continues with that great surfing, beautiful top turn, deep bottom turn, lays back, gouges it, brings it all the way around, freeing up his surfing now. The second, third turn, kicks out. You see it, the proud body stance right there, feeling it, and rightfully so. He's been dominant in this heat.
Wow, as he should. He's allowed to claim that wave if he wants. You know, I'm going to put myself on a limb and say this is going to go excellent right here. This should be 8 points or better, maybe even a 9. I absolutely loved it. This turn right here was brutal. That was a vicious snap. The first turn I liked too because he bottom turned with a lot of urgency and he got himself there vertically, which you don't see often. When the waves are kind of bigger, it's tough to pin a bottom turn. A lot of times you have to kind of scoot around and take a wide angle of attack. So Frederico nailed that wave.
February in the white jersey, currently surfing for 2.23. He doesn't need to win this heat. He just wants to advance. So he's getting it busy here with a series of nice turns, mixing it up a little bit between snaps and roundhouses. And looks like he's going to go for the milk man right here and take it all the way into valves. He says, why not? It's the end of the heat. There's only 1 minute remaining. Keeps busy on the inside with a couple more snaps. So late charge by the South African Michael February. And I think he got the job done right there, just needing a 2.23. He's going to come in and just wait for the score.
Just looking out the back right now, Kaipo, seeing if there's anything left. And here he goes. He might need a score.
Here we go. Charly Martin snapping and just again mistimed that. So unfortunate for Charles Martin. The last of February comes in at 3.43, enough. Wow. So Michael February, Frederico Morais, both advancing on to the round of 64. Great surfing and last minute clutch effort from the young South African.